A young thug trial has begun. The other day, the prosecution opening statements, it was a disaster. Today, defense team opening statements. Here's some of the hits and the misses. BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, finally, the trial of the century, I don't know if we're gonna say it's that big, but at least the trial of this year and next has started. That is the YSL / Young Thug RICO case. And today, the defense team finally put on their opening statements. Okay. So I want to say something real quick. And I really didn't think about this until I saw Brian Steele. Shout out to Brian Steele. I guess he did the best job that he could do with what he had. They just went to break. So I decided to do a review of, so far, what I've gleaned that I found particularly interesting. And it seems like the tactic of Brian Steele is, because for everybody that don't know, there's like so many counts, fam. Like they have this thing, right, where basically they're saying that the evidence is proof of an overt act. So basically what they're saying is there's these crimes that was committed. And while these crimes were committed, there was things that you are deeming that our client did, because this is what the prosecution is saying, that there's things that Young Thug did that directly proves that he was complicit in a crime or in a menacing or in a situation where they were trying to say it was a furtherance of the organization. Do you get this? So basically, I'm going to explain one particular situation, and then I'm going to tell you the pros and cons of this particular thing, just so we can be clear. So they have a picture, and it's one of the overt acts. I think it's like number 39. And it's one dude sitting at a table facing the camera. There's money on the table. There's some other things on the table, not guns though. And Thug is sitting in the seat and he's facing in the other direction. And the prosecution is saying that this is an overt act because he was posing in this photo that was posted, and they're also saying that that specific post was a threat. It wasn't just a regular, ordinary post, two dudes hanging out, there's a table full of money. No, they're saying that the caption under the post was a threat. And just, I don't even know if the prosecution is smart enough to say this, but they should be, that the money on the table is allegedly, I wouldn't be surprised, this is what I'm assuming they're saying, because they got to be smarter than me, right? So they're saying that the prosecution is saying that the post is a threat. So there's money on the table. So obviously what I believe they're trying to say is that there was a threat made, and this is how much money is put on you. Now, with that being said, I think there was also, the guy isn't here anymore, the dude that was threatened. Anyway, whether the guy is here or not, that's not the point in which I'm trying to make, because menacing is also crimes in which they're accusing him of. So just so we can be clear, something that is in Young Thug's favor, in my opinion, is that he was in the photo, but he was looking in the other direction, and it could be seen as somebody just, taking a photo when only one person was ready, because we've all been in photos like that. We've all been in photos just like that. So that's the pro. The con of this is that there was money in the photo with Thug in the photo, and the post was, at least they're saying it was a threat. Brian's still saying it was not a threat. Brian still was like, yo, look, these guys is childhood friends. This is how they talk to one another. What are you talking about over here? That's what Brian Steele was saying. So Brian Steele was saying, you guys is just making something out of nothing. This was just a place where he's just sitting down minding his business, and then all of a sudden this guy is doing a thing and the picture's taken. That's it. That's one thing I want to express. There was another point that Brian Steele was making that I found pretty interesting. And remember, the prosecution's case is going to be predicated, at least they're basically going to say that when it started was when one of the biggest rivals, or who Brian Steele said, literally, that person at that time was the biggest gang member in Atlanta, Donovan Thomas. So basically there was I believe it was like a drive-by or something like that. Donovan Thomas, I believe it was January 11th, 2015. That's when this initially happened. And if you check and see when the RICO, the investigation began on YSL, it'll be around that same time. Just for all, so all information could be out. There are some people that believe that Donovan Thomas actually was working with the government. And there's also people that believe that his handler was Fannie Willis. And that's why Fannie Willis is taking such, this is so personal for her, because not only was he a handler, but then allegedly they also was having an affair. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here. That's all I gotta say. When they do this movie, fam, it's not gonna be able to be a movie. I hope they don't just settle for a movie. This is a good 3-4 seasons. Be honest with you. The first season is his rise to fame. The second season is him living in his fame. The third season is when the police start coming to them. And the fourth season is the damn case. Tell me where I'm wrong in any regard. So that is something that's a win and a loss. But I'm going to tell you where definitely I believe Brian Steele, it's going to be hard for him to get out from under. Just in my opinion, I could be wrong. What do I know? Believe me, these guys attorney, fam. I'm just on YouTube. So one of the things is that it's going to be hard to get out from under, is because there was people clamoring to ask Young Thug, can they hurt other people? And they have information of, like, this is information they have. So this isn't something that can just be pulled away. This is information they have. Individuals were asking or seeking to ask Young Thug for permission to do criminal activities. I'm not sure how he's going to get around that. That's going to be pretty difficult. He did do some pretty decent ninjutsu though. Let me tell you what happened. So apparently, so remember all those drugs that was found at one of the homes so the reason why I'm saying one of the homes is because the first thing that Brian Steele made known is that Young Thug is numerous homes. There's people, that stay in these homes when he's not there because they, helping to keep the place lived in or whatever the case is. So when the police showed up and, they took these, and he tried to play it off like it wasn't much. I'm not even saying it was. I'm just saying what he played it off as. So when the police showed up, they get the marijuana or whatever. Marijuana is marijuana. Nobody's thinking much of that. And then and then they got the codeine. He didn't say heroin. He ain't say that then they came and got the liquid heroin, that smack. He didn't say any of that. He said, yeah, so then the codeine is cough medicine. It moved on real quick. I thought that was slick. Gotta clap up for that. I thought that was slick. Then he went to, they found whatever other drugs. But then he made note to say, you see, because of the situation that these guys were living in before they got famous, they had been living together for years, apparently. They go get a house, and in 1 month, one guy paid the rent. Next month, different person paid the rent. Next month, different person paid the rent. Like, they were doing it like that. At least this is the way it was explained. So apparently, they got text messages that they was able to recall that is them talking about people paying the rent. I'm assuming they're talking about for this specific home maybe also. and how they were trading off different months to pay the rent. Now, when you find something in that home, you can't just say it's Young Thug. So I thought that this was definitely a big up. I thought that was a pretty slick move. And just so we could be clear, making this known now is more of a win. You understand what I'm saying? Because you want to show your hand to things that you really don't want them to double down on. All right, you go over here, we're going to make you look stupid. We don't really want to go over there either. It's a hit or miss. So that's the let me know what y'all guys think. Look, I think Brian Still so far is doing a pretty good job. I haven't hunkered down and watched much of this. We're going to get to more of it, but I think Brian Still is definitely doing a pretty good job. A1 job. Let's just be clear on this. I just haven't heard enough to be able to scream his praises at the moment. But I thought that those was pretty slick ways to tame those arguments, because at the end of the day, being a lawyer is about debating, right? You're debating. Let's just be honest. Being a lawyer is about debating. And at the end of the day, when you're debating, it's not about even being right or wrong. It's about who can present their argument the best. Brian Still seems to be doing an immaculate job. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.
All right, fam. Don't want to declassy. You know the slogan. Back with another video. All right, family. GB Spider-Man is